Greetings, everybody. It's Jim. I've got my Fantasy Trip shirt on today, so we know we're talking about some RPG goodness. But thing is, even if you play Dungeons & Dragons and you don't play the Fantasy Trip, this is still for you because Gaming Ballistic, as of late, has been taking all of their adventures and translating them into Dungeons & Dragons OSR, otherwise known as Old School Essentials, but you can easily use any Dungeons & Dragons and play that. So this will definitely be for you as well. But the thing is, this is on Kickstarter as we speak. Click the link down below, please, and go on over there and pledge on up. Because today I'm going to be going over with you about why you should be playing Warlock Knight, a new solo adventure by David Pulver for the Fantasy Trip role-playing game, and any other role-playing game for that matter, by Gaming Ballistic. So the first thing I could say about the Warlock Knight is part of the Isle of Cedra. So if you didn't get the source book when it first came out, this would be a great opportunity for you to do so. A good excuse, I should say. It is like the sixth adventure. And the thing about this island, it is so small. There's so much going on. And I shouldn't say it's small like it's super compact, but it's compact enough that if you play all six adventures with different characters and then continue the adventures on over, you're going to probably get a good chance of overlap between characters from one series to the next, and that's kind of exciting. That's what everybody really would like to do, but in most gaming settings, and especially even on Seedry, where the world is so vast and so big that it's hard to get characters to ever merge without really something contrived. Here, they could just be walking down the bloody street, you know? It's pretty cool in that idea. So let's go on to what the adventure is all about. So the first thing that anybody who plays David Pulver's adventures will notice when playing Warlock Knight is there's not really as much of a theme as the other ones. It's more open-ended. I'll get into that in a little bit. And it's not bad. It's just, when I mean theme, let me explain to you what I mean. I'm going to use Dragon Hunt as a very blatant example because it's the most obvious one. In this adventure, it couldn't be any more obvious. I mean, Berengal with our armies, they march to war, the dragon sense weakness, they come in, and the people that are left holding the bag in the air, in his realm, start calling for a dragon hunt. Simple enough. The thing is, David really likes to keep a theme going, but not have every encounter be a blatant dragon fight. Okay, they are there, of course, but you might be encountering something totally different, but somehow had to start or end because of the dragons attacking or just about dragons in general, just to keep you honest, just to keep you thinking that, ooh, this could be a dragon fight, and then all of a sudden the rug's yanked out from under you, and all of a sudden, I don't know, I mean, there were so many different variations of things going on, you really didn't know what to expect. Now, the thing about not knowing what to expect is still prevalent in this adventure. Let me tell you why. So Warlock Knight is actually a beginning adventure for characters 32 to 34, and it couldn't be any more obvious that this is, you know, it's like I said, it's not a theme at all. It's an excuse to go adventuring, and it's actually written into the storyline here. The four Warlock kingdoms are bloodstained realms ruled by feuding dynasties of sorcerer kings. Your parents were once knights of the Warlock kingdoms, only to be disgraced and driven into exile. But though raised in foreign lands, you remember the vows that they swore as Warlock Knights to protect the weak and destroy the wicked. Now, coming of age and ready to press forward to claim your title, you've returned to the Warlock Kingdoms to restore your family honor. Now, it couldn't be any more obvious than that this is really nicely written here. So when you go forward here with no theme whatsoever, there's no hints of what's happening, well, your characters aren't supposed to know because they're not from this area, even though they're coming forward to do good. Now, there is a statistic called glory that you do track, and as you gain renown for your deeds, it goes up, and there are places that say if you have so much glory, you can go here or go here. Maybe sometimes he just forces you. That will prod you forward to maybe some final encounters or greater encounters. I don't know how that works yet. I haven't gone through them yet. But the bottom line is, and I'm sure they go over about your parents' exile, maybe, possibly. But it's still, the adventure itself does not seem like a theme. Only almost what I really also think it might be, and I might be wrong about it, but David probably has a lot of ideas that just hit the cutting room floor. It's like, oh, it doesn't fit here. This is a cool idea, but it doesn't fit here. And he just kept the notes to the side. And this would be a good excuse to use those notes, right? Say, hey, you don't know what to expect? Well, I didn't expect this to be here either. So it's cool. But the thing is, this is a great excuse event to adventure, and I actually have made my own storyline through this with a small encounter that it wasn't really that big, but it just made it so happen that my characters went back and forth because things happened. I lost a few characters, and they went back. I rolled to see, I rolled a few things to see how loyal they were. Would they go back, or would this character say, the heck with that, and they're freaked out, and they actually went back, and then they ended up dying and their mercenaries were the only ones that survived. And now the mercenaries like, what do we do? And they looked at each other and said, we're not doing this. And they skedaddled off. And I said, okay, I wrote them off the adventure. So now I'm starting over again. It was actually a lot of fun to go through that whole little spiel there. But I mean, that's one of the good things about, and it's something to give you an excuse to role play, where the storylines actually create themselves if you're given the opportunity. And one word of warning when it comes to Warlock Knight: just because an adventure says it's made for beginning characters doesn't mean it's necessarily made for beginning players. If I had beginning players, I would still run them through Death Test 1 and Death Test 2. It's the best teaching tool. Every room is a new tactic to learn for the most part, and the characters kind of know what to expect. They're expecting to get in the fight at every turn. While Warlock Knight works more along the lines of the role-playing that David Pulver is also known for. Not everything's necessarily a fight, but you really, really, like I said in this adventure, don't know what you're up against all the time. So you're going to really want to make some well-rounded characters in this for the most part. So just your players should be a little bit more experienced, I think, if they're going to go through Warlock Knight. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. It's on Kickstarter right now. Make sure you get the add-on for the Isle of Cedra if you didn't do it last time, because it's definitely well worth it. And I'll see you all next video.